On this episode of Bombs Away, we tell you how we came to hold these prestigious championship belts, about the chaos and mayhem that came with working with real pro wrestlers on our latest music video and how you can see that mayhem, how we used our only hometown show of 2024 to make Charleston, Illinois celebrate Pride for the first time.
This month, we have really got things together.
It's the June 2024 episode of Bombs Away. Our music video for Get the Experience is filmed and ready to be released on June 11th, which is Tuesday, and we've got the bumps and bruises to prove it. This took place in a real television studio on WRSL 49 as part of Duo Championship Wrestling. We made every prop and every costume and actually had real wrestlers from the National Wrestling Alliance and the finest indies, in addition to a former WWE, WWF referee. Essentially, we're doing our thing, about to perform our song that the people want to hear, and the slimeball manager, New York Bro, comes out with his big burly tag team, the Does, to interrupt us. One thing leads to another, and like good territory style TV of Florida Championship Wrestling or Memphis, chaos happens, and this mayhem must be seen.
Yes, this music video is significant for a number of reasons. First and foremost, obviously, it's the theme to the #1 pro wrestling podcast in America. Nay, the world.
That's why the globe's on the belts.
It also welcomes back WWE referee Jack Doan after like a 10-year hiatus, so that's super cool.
That's cool.
And Lucas Thomas, DJ Lukewarm, after almost 20 years away from the business, which is really awesome. And for the active wrestlers, it comes just before Jeremiah Plunkett's NWA run, which you can catch on the CW network.
CW.
I'm sorry, I should actually start introducing that correctly, which is Billy Corgan's NWA.
I think he should go as WP Corgan, because he sounds like a big industrialist from the turn of the century.
That is a much better name, I like that.
But what about Jay Kross? What's he up to?
Jay Kross is also headlining a super cool show that has a former FMW star. It's going to be awesome. And Matt Hatter's rash of bookings, which is fantastic. And it also reunites us with Charleston's terrible twosome, which is Josh Groob and Jennifer Sees, who are the invisible hand, if you will, behind a lot of our music videos. They help us out a ton, and we appreciate them a ton. And at the end, they were asking, what's next? So we must not have totally murdered them.
Well, we really got into a space and time, and it felt like we were on a TV show, right? Like, we actually felt like we were on a territory show, and there were so many memories that you just can't unlive in any other way. Like feeling pro wrestlers falling on cement and you feel the vibration in your feet, that's crazy. Learning the art of the tennis racket shot. Learning the fine art of hitting somebody in the head with a bass with an 8-string bass, right? Learning about how to powder somebody properly, and just general mayhem. And learning how, the petting zoo.
I was doing that.
So just the general mayhem that kind of comes along with it as well, and how big these guys are too. So I accidentally ran into Jeremiah during one of them, and that was my fault. I was in the wrong spot, the wrong time, and I bounced off him like I was hitting a wall. I was a rubber ball hitting a wall, which is crazy. But at the end of it, like, we all had bonded because it was this crazy awesome experience. It felt like we had just played a show with other bands, and at the end of it, we even did the thing that like is the most quintessential musician thing you could do. We traded shirts. So we came home with this awesome Jeremiah Plunkett shirt and this awesome Jay Kross shirt, and we were so pumped to be able to do so and to have them around, and it was great to have Jack Doan there being the actual referee, wearing the old school ref shirt, doing all like ref things, like he was in it. And Matt Hatter, the hardcore grip, right? Even he was on camera, and then when he got off camera, he'd do all the grip stuff too. Hardest working grip in the business. He even vacuumed off New York Bro between takes.
Yeah, and speaking of New York Bro, it was played by DJ Lukewarm, who has been out of wrestling for like 20 years, okay? But he was back. So in character, like he got so into it. Mm-hmm. It's like a new level of method acting. Even on like breaks, he was totally in character. He got Jay and Jeremiah's phone number, and he said that they were gonna do business. I don't even know what that means. I don't know what business means, but anyway, he left.
And what does doing?
I don't know. He left totally in costume. I mean, that's commitment to character.
He owes us Zubaz and a leather fanny pack at this point.
Really, we cannot wait for you guys to see it. It's going to be awesome. That's Tuesday that it premieres, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had that right? Okay.
June 11th.
June 11th, Tuesday it premieres. And we can't wait for you to see how we were able to end up holding this beautiful hardware.
November 26th, 2010, Columbia, Missouri, at a place called the Snake Pit. That's the first time we got that look. We showed up, 8-string bass, drums, all in black. When we played, we didn't even talk to the crowd. We used a VHS tape to do our banter. No guitar player, no one booked the show for us, no one helped us load in, no one even helped us open a door. For the next 13 years, we became very accustomed to that look. We put out vinyl when no one else did. We used instruments to make music in the digital age. We toured all around these United States without a subculture, an organization, a thing, even an identifiable genre. But something happened. People fell in love with us, and we loved them right back. Friends told friends, crowds got bigger, and you all pushed us to do things we never thought were possible. Then, on February 7th, 2024, we became the theme song to the #1 pro wrestling podcast in this world. That was impossible without you. We were creative, we were driven by you. And now, no other duo can lay claim to that. That's why we are the Duos World Champions. Now we hold this belt with such honor and love that we're willing to defend it against any and all challengers. Any duo out there who would like a shot at this, we're open. From the Vokes, to the Pack ADs, to the Shovels and Ropes, to the Mr. Flies, to the White Stripes. Get a hold of us. Book a show in your town. Get all your friends and all your fans to show up, rehearse really good, and play your best set. Because it took us 13 years to get these belts. And we are in no hurry to give them up. In this music video, you'll see what we had to do to get them, and what we're willing to do to keep them. Speaking of our music video, we've decided to release it at an in-person music video release party as well as online at the same time on June 11th, Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Central. Despite both of us being raised in the Midwest, we've decided that doing cool stuff is worth celebrating.
Yay, cheers.
So the online one obviously happens here on our YouTube channel, and it would mean a whole lot if you would subscribe because that tells us, hey, keep making stuff. It means a lot because, you know, we do this and there's a lot of passion with it, and obviously our music videos are nearest and dearest to our heart. And make sure that you watch it as much as you can. Spread it around. That first 24 to 48 hours is what tells the computer like who to show it to and that it's worth sharing and showing to new audiences. So you really do make a difference every place that you share it and the amount of times that you watch it. But we're also doing it at a cool in-person event too. So tell them about it.
Yeah, we're going to do an in-person event. It's going to be super fun. It's at the Chophouse on Main in Mahomet, Illinois. There's going to be wrestling trivia. The fine folks from the Jumping the Rail podcast are going to be there.
Mm-hmm. Revan Minders, who we were on that show, and it was one of our favorite interviews, our best time talking about wrestling.
It was great. Yeah. WWE legend Jack Doan will be there. Mm-hmm. And there's going to be cake. Who doesn't love cake?
Yeah.
So come on down. It's going to start at 5:30 with meet and greet.
Right.
6 o'clock, I believe, is trivia. Mm-hmm. And 6:30 will be the video premiere. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, we're gonna make. We've got like wrestling themed shirts that we made too.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually didn't make the shirts yet.
Well, as per usual, we have a whole lot on our plates.
Because there's only 2 of us.
So we've decided to make brand new awesome t-shirts for this music video event. Call it Vivian Westwood designs a pro wrestling poster and then screens it on a t-shirt. Kitty assures me that they'll be done by the end of this video and we're gonna cut to pictures of it right now. It's classic Seditionary style white ink on black shirt and shows off our Duos World Championships, instruments, and being from parts unknown. Kitty hand drew the entirety of this design and screened every single shirt. It is available from our website right now for only $15. It is an awesome design and a great way to support this moment in X-Bombers history, and we'd love to send you one.
You want to know about things? We want to tell you about things. Fans ask, and we answer. It's time for Dear Bombers.
This month we had some of the absolute best questions, including sound tech nightmares, questions about makeup, and even one about pro wrestling all the way from Finland. And we wish we could answer every single question, so we decided that we're going to on an all Dear Bombers special at some point in the future. It'll be your questions and our radically honest answers. But for now, let's get to the question.
Karen from Charleston, Illinois writes, Dear Bombers, why is it so important for us to have Pride celebrations? And what motivated you to celebrate it at your one and only show in Chuck Vegas, aka Charleston, this year?
Being queer is hard, and in a small town it's really hard. Major cities, there's a lot going on that you can find your people and there's this outreach, but it can be kind of isolating if you live in a smaller place, especially like Charleston.
Yeah.
And so Pride is about celebrating differences in gender and who and how you love. Think about it like a big crayon box where we're all different and have these cool different shades and hues, and we all kind of come together in this moment in this big 72 color crayon box with a sharpener on the back.
I love those. Those are awesome.
Now, we looked to Dixon, Illinois. They didn't have Pride, and then the very own Val Wilson of Val's Place, which we love and who we love, decided that there should be Pride, and she just went about making it happen. And as two queer people, we decided we want to do that too. And so we decided we're going to do it. We turned our only 2024 show in Charleston into the very first celebration of Pride here. Because, well, it's the only way that it would have happened. And additionally, there's enough people here who support us and love our music and who might be willing to come into town to do so as well. And also people who maybe never felt like they got that celebration coming out to have one night. And so that's why we're doing it. If you need some convincing to come, I grabbed Kitty's Macho Man realness top for the event. Look at this. She's gonna be drumming in this.
Yeah.
But that's not the only show we're gonna be playing this month. On Saturday, June 8th, we return to Alpha Brewing in St. Louis, Missouri for our first St. Louis show in 16 months. It's a great space and a fun show during daylight hours. No cover, great bean burgers, music 4 to 7. On Friday, June 14th, we make our debut at Blue Island Beer Company, where we will be joined by our label mates Paterfilius in a non-title match. So many of you told us to play here, and it's finally happening, so we hope you join us. Music 7 to 10 with us playing first and third. On Saturday, June 15th, we play the very first celebration of Pride in Charleston, Illinois at the Uptowner. This is our only performance in Charleston for 2024. Come dressed stylishly in your favorite colors, as there will be an outfit contest too. Join us and spread the word. No cover, all ages, music 7 to 10. On Thursday, June 20th, we debut at Half Baked Brew for our first show in Columbus, Ohio in nearly a decade. Other great musical acts and the strangest cocktail menu we've ever seen, including something called the Charlie Sheen that includes Everclear and a 9-volt battery. Music around 9. On Friday, June 21st, we make our long-awaited return at our beloved Blind Bob's in Dayton, Ohio. We miss you all in Dayton so much, and we'll be pulling out all the stops with Heisey Glass Company and Hookfield. Music at 9. This may be our only show for Dayton this year, so don't miss it. On Saturday, June 22nd, we make our debut at Double Edge Brewing in Lancaster, Ohio as part of the Bottoms Up Mid-Century Barware Festival, which features Shag, who's one of Kitty's favorite artists. No cover? Great place. Music 7 to 10. On Friday, June 28th, we take part in the Railroad Days Festival in Galesburg, Illinois for the Choo Choo and Brew block party from 5 to 7. No cover and just a cool event in downtown Galesburg. On Saturday, June 29th, we make our return to Forgottonia Brewing in Macomb, Illinois for the Heritage Days after party. We just love playing Forgottonia and hope you join us. There's no cover, music 8 to 10. On Saturday, July 6th, we make our debut at Deuces Wild in Olney, Illinois, which is the first time back there in 6 years. We'll be joined by our Scuzz Rockin' friends Mattytilldawn and No Holds Barred. music at 8. On Friday, July 12th, we return to our home away from home, Buzz Bomb Brewing in Springfield, Illinois for an amazing show outside. These Buzz Bomb shows are always special. We'd love to see you there again. No cover, music 7 to 10. And on Saturday, July 13th, we return to the amazing Dry Ground Brewing in Paducah, Kentucky for another excellent night. What can we say? Dry Ground is such a fun place to see us play a set with great beer and atmosphere. No cover, music 8 to 10. And if you really want to support our music and mayhem, give us money until it feels good. Start with just $1 in our tip jar. Then, deciding that $1 was a questionable amount to give, especially after the 37 cents in PayPal fees, you decide to try $5 to $10. A moment of clarity comes over you for an hour as you know exactly what you want to eat and how you want to spend your day for the first time in months. But eventually, the stupidity of the modern world dissipates the clarity that the donation provided. Then, next week, you decide to give us $20 and finds that it provides clarity and purpose, warding off the negativity of the disconnected digital world. Making the $20 a weekly ritual, you find that the psychic vampires remove themselves from your life, and you begin living life as if there was no such thing as judgment or shame. At the 3-month mark, you are officially in our orbit and decide to give us a quarterly bonus from the passion that we inspired you to pursue, like art, craft, food, furniture, or just more money, as our music and art bring you a joy that cannot be expressed by words, and you just want more of it. Over the next year, every dollar you donate seems to come back to you threefold until finally you receive a certified letter from a distant relative's estate lawyer naming you their sole heir. As you enter the door to your new mansion, you notice this indoor swimming pool filled with gold coins. You then decide to devote your expansive new wealth and excess of free time to helping others pursue their passions, and name every room of your house after an ex-bomber song. You name the office Business Deal, the lounge of Foxtrot Tango Charlie, and the hidden room in the basement Crawl, naming the final room just in time to give the reanimated corpse of Robin Leach a tour of your mansion on your very own episode of Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous.